I went to in school, in class. Like, I was that person. I was known for that chick that was just always rapping. And then I started going to Return of the Cypher at the Boom Boom Room in San Francisco, and the first time that I went there was the MVP competition, and again I was hammered. And I won, so I was like, oh shit, okay. It was dope. I mean, at the time there wasn't a lot of girls there, but there was sometimes, you know, one other female, and now I see a lot more women, and so, you know, I'm really happy that there's more women on the scene. Beginning, I really was just using hip-hop as a vehicle to express myself and kind of get everything that was going on in my head out.
Out of shape, I take it all out on the ones I love the most instead of the ones that I hate. Cause inside me, I'm still writhing with the pain of being raped. Still surviving cause beside me is the one that I made.
You know, I had a lot of mental issues, you know, like I had a lot of trauma and PTSD and all that stuff, and so just being able to have an outlet was necessary for me, just to at least, you know, try to improve my mental well-being. But then after that, you know, I started trying to make music for other people, and then your lyrical content changes when you're not just making music for your own catharsis and you're actually trying to make music that people will enjoy. So I kind of moved from like this emo, really deep introspective lyrics to being like really hyper ratchet, because I was told, you know, why are your lyrics so dark and deep when you're such a fun person? And I was like, because I'm dying inside. So I started rapping more like turn up music.
Here they say Lil MC, a fake rapper. I back up my story straight facts, Jake Tapper. My life is a movie, you an unpaid actor. I make the headlines, you can read the day after.
And now what I'm really trying to do is kind of find like a middle ground between both of those things. But it's something more like elevated, you know? Like I want to talk about my spirituality, I want to make connections, I want to talk about the social injustice, like put women on, and you know, so the entire message as an artist has really mostly focused on embracing our dualities and finding ways to be ratchet and woke. But then as far as like hip hop artists go, Tupac and Biggie and Big L were like the first artists that I really listened to, because I felt like, you know, even though they were so different from me in their experiences, like the way they expressed their pain and their anger was exactly how I felt. So it really resonated with me. And I just thought they were so witty and clever, and like they had such dope energy, and yeah, they really inspired me. But definitely Lil Kim, huge influence, and Left Eye was a huge influence to me also. I like to say that I'm a full-time artist, and I wish that I was paying all my bills with that, but I'm not. I'm a hip-hop educator, so, you know, aside from making music and putting it out, I teach kids from 5 years old to college level in both English and Spanish, the history, culture, and all of the expressive elements of hip-hop. So I have an expertise in teaching MCing, and now production, performance. I even teach a little bit of graffiti, because I can do that to like the lower level kids. Not so much breakdancing, someday maybe. But I work for nonprofit organizations, Hip Hop for Change, and then Today's Future Sound, which teaches beat production as a form of therapeutic intervention. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I want to create a women's empowerment documentary series, travel the world to like perform on stages in English and in Spanish. Like I want to work with some of my favorite artists. Like I want to tour with Snow the Product. That's something I really want to do. I know what the music industry is. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors and games, but you can't be in the game if you don't play the game. So, you know, there's things that I want, but I know I can't get what I want, and I can't make the positive impact that I want to make until I play that industry game. But like eventually what I want is, like I said, like I want to really promote and advocate for women in hip hop. Like that's one of my strongholds that I'm really passionate about, because there have been women at the forefront of hip hop since the very beginning that we just don't talk about, we don't hear about.
It's a man called Will and Peter, put the script on him. Do more than sing, spilling pics to hit a lick on him. His life inside the gym, coughing when I hit bottom. Now the kids are pin drops, making more than rip condoms. See my sisters getting shortchanged, selling souls for more fame to get on the explore page. Nothing more than foreplay. Only fans are Casanovas and porn chicks. Influencing your music through Fashion Nova endorsements. Yeah, I get it. Generation X, obsessed with sex and murder dots. Netflix cancel culture, can't eject it. Hyperstimulation leading to underwhelming erections. So connected on the web, disconnected from my senses, getting hectic in these lonely nights. I still see a vision, knowing light is the left hand, the darkness that leads to wisdom. Parental supervision is advised. Music magic like Houdini, move your kundalini up your spine. What?
And so that's something I really want to, you know, promote. As you know, I gain a little bit more experience as a hip-hop educator. Right. So if there was any advice I could give to youth as far as creativity goes, based on my experience as a mom and as an educator, is I see that there's a lacking in original thoughts. A lot of the kids that I teach always are pulling things from TikTok videos or artists that have already created something or TV shows, and rather than being able to create something entirely their own, it's really difficult for them, and I honestly think it has a lot to do with social media and technology. So my recommendation would be to like try and really prioritize putting all that stuff away and aside and not getting sucked into that, because social media can be, as amazing as it is, as it connects us all, it's also deterring us from our own ability to create. Like, you know, we're constantly judging ourselves based on what people look like and sound like and do here, instead of creating our own sound, our own image, and that's so important. And if we lose that, then we're gonna lose art. You can go to lilmcmusic.com to find all the crazy things that I am doing. Instagram handle lilmc.music. That's, you know, really where I'm most active. I'm also on Facebook and all of that. So yeah, I mean, go to my website though. That's where you can find my podcast. You can find all the crazy things that I'm doing.
I'ma need a bag, not a cosign. Need a couple thou just to get me at the house. I've been going up like the coke price. So what you talking about? I don't do this for the clout. That's my life, so don't negotiate my